This is the Messiah of old school, Shawn Donovan, and this is the Stunner, the pulse of professional wrestling.
TheStunner.com, it's Graham here with Shawn Donovan. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, gentlemen, for having me.
All right. I gotta say, we weren't expecting to see you here tonight.
Nope.
At Fight Factory.
No, sir.
Is it rude to say, what are you doing here?
Not at all. I'm here to support my brother, my tag team partner, who is the Fight Factory Wrestling Champion and the Bayonne Badass, the God King, Danny Maff.
All right, and he's against Joey Janela tonight. I mean, do you think it's going to be light work for him tonight?
You know what? I will never say it's light work for anybody because what gets done in that ring is a lot of effort. Joey Janela is one of the top wrestlers, and I can tell you Danny Maff does not take Joey Janela or any of his opponents very lightly at all.
That is the thing. He's a big boy, but
yes, he is.
Joey Janela, he can take a bump. He's a real tough guy.
He's one of the craziest son of a bitches I have ever seen in my life.
That's very true. Hopefully no roof bumps tonight.
Hopefully not.
So, we like to talk about music here at the Stunner. So, would love to know personal playlist, gym, relaxation, whatever it is. What is it that you've been listening to lately?
It's a lot. I grew up on music thanks to my parents who had an eclectic style of music. I grew up in the 80s, so I grew up listening to 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't really listen to much today because to me the music today just doesn't resonate with me.
Sure.
But when it comes to gym playlist, it's got to be hard. It's got to be it's got to beat you down. And for me, it is a lot of 80s metal.
Oh,
it's a lot of 90s alternative and grunge like Soundgarden, Pearl Jam. If we're talking 80s, I'm talking Ozzy all day long. Thurgood, throw a little bit of that Southern style in there. I love listening to anything hard, but just if I'm relaxing at home, throw on some, if you want to call it 80s technotronic, little bit of 90s, all that music that would play when you're at the roller rink. And I'm dating myself when I say all this type of stuff. I'm very big into Phil Collins, one of my top artists of all time. I just like to sit and relax and just listen to music. One of the most favorite things I like doing on a summer day or even the winter day is sitting outside. My dogs are running around. I'm smoking a cigar. I'm having a glass of bourbon, and I'm just listening to smooth 80s, whether it's jazz or whether it's just any type of music, whether it's what they want to call yacht rock or things of that nature. Yeah. But, nothing like a little bit of Christopher Cross. It comes across my radio. I like listening to that where I can just chill.
Absolutely. Oh, if you want to talk about 80s metal for a second.
Sure.
What, to you, favorite 80s metal album? What's the 80s metal album for you?
Wow. If we want to talk 80s metal, it's a cross between two. It's either Ozzy's Bark at the Moon or, some people consider it that it came out in, I think, the late 70s, early 80s. But I would also say AC/DC's Back in Black.
I think that was 80.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that definitely.
If you want to throw a third one in there, Girls, Motley Crue.
Of course. Absolutely.
A little bit of glam metal, but and you got to.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And you cannot forget about Dokken.
Very amazing guitar work.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. Absolutely.
No, not with George Lynch.
For sure. Listen, what's coming up next for you? What can we expect on the professional scene for you?
Sure. So I've kind of pivoted away from singles action. My tag team partner of the last 8 years, Danny Maff and I, Ascent to Slaughter. We hit the ground running. We are all over the East Coast scene between New Jersey, New York, some areas in PA. We go out and we hit New Orleans for some different promotions out there. So for both of us being tenured individuals in wrestling, we're just looking to hit the ground running like we always do and just continue to show out that guys our age can still do this at a very high level, as we both love to keep ourselves in shape. So it's the passion and the grind that keeps us going.
100%. When it comes to wrestling themes, what are some of your favorites of all time?
It's kind of hard to say. It really has to depend on the individual. So one song that I really love that actually worked for me early on was a song by, well, not early on, but in the last couple of years, I used to use a theme called "Back in the Game" from Airborne,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, great band.
it was before Cobra Kai got a hold of it,
Yeah.
so kind of brought it up to mainstream. But to me, like when I think of just hard hitting entrance music, and again, I'm gonna throw what Danny and I use currently, which is Five Finger Death Punch's version of Bad Company.
Oh sure.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, it just I can't pinpoint a certain music. To me, I pinpoint a great wrestling theme when the riff hits and it matches the person walking through the curtain.
Mm.
Like it just you can just say this fits. Like this is them.
Yeah,
So,
and of course, if you love ACDC, you gotta love Airborne too.
yes. And you know, I love ACDC Back in Black because of Chris Candido, who was one of my early trainers in wrestling. So, you know, anytime that music comes on my playlist when I'm working out, the three fingers have to pop up.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your
Thank
time. I
you.
greatly appreciate it. We'll see you next time.